Welcome listeners, you've tuned in to Up Close at QuinteALIVE. Today we feature the first person in our story, 2014's 10 Most Fascinating People of Quinte. Today we introduce to you Lorie Boychuk, owner of Mrs. B's Country Candy in Brighton, Ontario. Good morning, Lorie.
Good morning.
It's nice to be here with you. This is one of my favorite places in the whole region.
Oh, that's nice to know.
It is. Well, you knew that. I mean, you know, it's very difficult to sit here in front of all these beautiful chocolates that you have made personally. Can you tell us a bit about this venture, the genesis of this chocolate factory, store?
Well, I started out in my own kitchen. I'm a retired military spouse, so there's always a job issue. So I just started my own company, and always made sweets for the family and friends at Christmas, and it just developed into a business. And now it's kind of gone crazy.
Yeah, I remember coming here about 10 years ago with the children for ice cream. So you've been here for quite a while.
We've been in business for 15, and we've had a store for about almost 10. We started out doing craft fairs and shows, and anywhere I could sample our candy out and talk to people about it and see if they liked it.
So what were you doing in the military?
Well, my husband was military for 24 years. I was military myself for about 8. And we started ending up going to be separated just because of duty issues. So I made the big decision and started following him around.
Right.
So I kind of got out a little earlier than I wanted to, but that's okay.
Wow. So how did this happen? How did you suddenly say, I'm going to start making chocolates?
Well, actually, I have a friend that did it to me. She had a little Christmas store the first year we were here in her house. And people let her down that we're going to do some baking and cookies and things for her kitchen. So she didn't know I made this at the time. We were new friends because we had just moved here. And she was going to get some for Christmas, so I didn't tell her about it. So when they let her down, I said, okay, this is what I do. She sent me home to do, and she sold out every day that she was open. So in January, she was getting phone calls from people wanting to know where they could get it.
Isn't that a great story?
It's a great way to do it.
How many businesses start unwittingly from a good deed?
That's right.
Yeah.
And our store, our business has always been customer driven right from the very beginning, because they were the ones that drove me into business. They were the ones that drove me into having a store, because they were saying they don't want to wait for shows and fairs. They want to be able to get it all the time. So our customers have been the ones that, okay, you need to make this kind of brittle. You need to make this. You need to make this. So we just listened to what our customers tell us, and that's what we make.
You've got a factory up the road from here, or a kitchen, if you will.
Yes.
And I can imagine that you'll be busting out of that soon because of all the corporate orders you're announcing to me you're getting. You're in a lot of stores now. You're really big in wholesale and corporate gifts.
That was crazy. When the recession hit, you know, you have a lot of decisions to make because business declined so dramatically. And do I go away? You know, just retire, go away, or what do we do? And I decided to expand instead. So we actually hired during the recession, and we developed the production site down in the industrial park, and I went wholesale. I went out beating the streets trying to find stores that would carry our product. Fortunately, it was always at the time, too, that people were looking for more local product. So that worked in our favor, that they were looking for local. And we do delivery for our stores. And they love that, the old-fashioned delivery once a month, and they get fresh candy all the time. And so we did everything that they needed because they were in recession as well. So there's no huge minimums from our company, and we gave them everything that they needed, and it worked.
Where do you get, where does this courage come from? Do you come from a large family where you had competition?
Actually,
where does this courage and energy for sure.
Energy for sure.
Where does this come from?
It's genetic. My dad was like this as well. He had his own business in Peterborough. My whole life growing up, he had his own business, and he drove himself hard. And it's just a work ethic. My dad had a flooring company in Peterborough. He installed flooring and wall coverings, and it was it was great. But he was always working. But yes, and my brother's the same way. But it's just my brother and I. We're not from a large family at all.
So what's a typical day like right now? You get up in the morning at what time?
About 6:30. Not terribly early, 6:30.
That's early.
Yeah, it's early enough, but it's not too bad. Weeks, last week I was up one morning at 4, just to get on the road and get deliveries done so people could have their products for the weekend. And we're all the way from just east of Windsor now, all the way through to Ottawa.
So what time do you go to bed?
Oh, I usually crash about 9:30.
To get your energy for the day. That's key,
exactly,
Getting good sleep when you're running a business that's
Absolutely.
it. Yeah. So we have a strange guest with us today, and he's very, very famous.
Yes, he is. He's being very well behaved today.
Yeah, he really is. He's not complaining. So here you are in a store with chocolates and candies that are extraordinary. Some external brands, a lot of your own, but you also are selling Grumpy Cat.
We have Grumpy Cat. Yes, he's huge right now, and there was nobody in town selling him. So we said we got to have somebody selling Grumpy Cat.
You are a smart business lady. Frankly, he should come with the chocolate, shouldn't he?
He should, actually.
Maybe he'd be less grumpy.
Maybe a mouse.
A mouse. Yeah, a mouse.
That'd be
Good
fun,
idea.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. See, you're full of ideas. Now, you're very creative. I've been in your kitchen, and I've seen the ideas just busting out of your head.
Yeah.
How do you control that? First of all, how do you get to sleep at night with all your head is that a problem?
Yes.
You need some melatonin, do you think?
It's hard to sleep at night because it's just, there's lists going through your head of the things the next day, which is a little easier to let go, but the ideas just keep coming. And sometimes they wake me up too. So.
They wake you up? That's so cute. And so, how do you decide what you're going to do next? Do you go through some kind of due diligence on the demand, or do you just follow your heart? What do you do?
Well, often we'll do, for a new product, you mean? Well, we get an idea, and we'll play it at getting it perfect before it ever comes out of production. Then we bring it up to the store, and our customers test them for us.
Well, I want to be there for that.
You've missed those. But, we usually do it with our customers, our testers. Because we have a lot of regular customers. So they come in and they test our products and see what they like. And, of course, we've all got family. And they're all tested. And we usually get very good feedback, whether it's good, bad, yes, no.
So do you just get verbal, or do you have surveys that you do?
Oh, no, just verbal for family.
Verbal? Yeah. You just know. Yeah. You know, it's either a thumbs up or thumbs down.
But we always test them in our own store first. Actually, what the packaging is tested here, everything's tested here first. That's the nice thing about having my own retail store. I have something in common with my store customers as well.
Right.
Because I know what works, and I know the price point that works. So everything's tested here. So when they get a product in their store, it's good to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the foundation of your product is the Belgian chocolate, right?
Yes.
High quality Belgian chocolate.
Yes, and we also, even in our nut brittles and things, we only use grade A. And we only use butter. We never, it's so easy to cut back and save money by, using lesser ingredients.
Edible oils,
And I won't do that. My brittle is the same recipe as I started with.
Yeah.
We just make it in bigger volume, but.
Yeah, which explains the loyalty. And your prices are I don't want to turn this into an infomercial, but your prices are really reasonable.
We try and keep it reasonable. We understand. But there is going to be a bit of a boost in chocolate in the next year. There's a shortage. So, once the manufacturers catch up to that shortage and their supplies are running out, it's going to be a bit of a boost.
Right.
So people are going to have to be ready for that a bit.
So what do you see in 5 years? Are you very ambitious?
Actually, I'm getting older. I have no children. So retirement is always looming there, but I have too much fun. So I'm going to keep going until it's not fun anymore. And I don't think that's going to happen.
You might be like Mike Holmes one day with your own sweets show or something.
Oh, yeah, sure. No.
Oh?
No.
You're yet to be discovered. Yeah. We're discovering you today.
Thank you, but I don't think that will happen. But
oh, well, we have chosen you as one of the 10 most fascinating persons in Quinte.
Oh, that's a nice honor. Thank you very much for that.
You're very welcome. Nice. That's why we're interviewing you today. And you're the first.
I do have a convoluted story. So.
Well, if you want to give us a very funny little story, we're willing to close with that.
No, I just gave it to you with the military background and
local.
I was born and raised in Peterborough, so it's kind of interesting that we migrated back here.
Migrated, yeah.
Because my husband is from Saskatchewan, but he fell in love with this area, especially Brighton, as soon as he saw it.
So it's the discipline that you got there too.
I think so. The military is a really, really good background to get your head straight and get you started in life, and it gives you a huge work ethic. And as I said, my dad had a great work ethic as well.
You know, we spent a lot of time there covering them in stories and films and stuff.
Great people.
I guess you're still in contact with them since your husband is still working there.
Yes, he's now retired military, but he works on the base.
Yeah.
At ATES headquarters. He's got a job he loves. But yeah, we try and stay in touch to help the Family Resource Center and the museum there whenever they need me. And,
yes, that's wonderful. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're very welcome.
I behaved myself during this whole interview,
You did.
and I didn't.
And I put your favorites on there too.
Did you? The fleur de sel.
I did.
Highly recommended, everybody. Thanks so much, Lorie.
You're very welcome. It's
All
nice
right.
to see you.
Yeah, have a nice, busy day.
Thank you very much, Dale.